Welcome to this new video from Audionerdz. In this video we will write some drum and bass together. We'll just start out from scratch and you can learn by just following along. We are going to use Splice for this. Splice is basically a meta sample library that is subscription based. I can recommend it to most producers, although I'm not affiliated or something. I just do recommend it if you want to follow along and it's not that expensive. Then you have access to all the sounds that I might be using there, because I am going to use a lot of samples, not exclusively, but this is a very modern approach. I know that most people work like this, so this has the biggest learning factor for you. Welcome, and let's start and jump right into the project. Okay, first thing that we want to do is turn off the main speaker rig, turn up the volume, and then head over to Splice. So what we need, of course I have my own library, which is one of the huge benefits of Splice, is just like the fact that you have a Hans Zimmer-esque library. What do I mean by that? Hans Zimmer famously has his own library of samples that are either handcrafted, commissioned, or selected. Splice is the closest thing when it comes to that. And the cool thing is, of course, how you can sort stuff. So we can just go here, look for, oh, that's a lot of styles. Where is drum and bass? There we go, drum and bass. And this is my personal library actually, so we can just listen to it. Oh, I have to plug in my headphones. But I have to also activate that for you, so let me do that quickly. Now you should be able, if I'm pre-listening the samples, you should be able to hear that as well. So what we're going to do is just go through here. Okay, I'm just gonna put a hard. That's the I also like this one. This one goes in. But we need more. Definitely also goes in as a high loop, and then well, why not? So let's put that one here. And let's also name them, because it's better to name those things to not get lost in the end. Also a thing what you can do is, of course, give it a color. That's a high element, so I give it a high color frequency. Basically lows, mids, highs. It's a simple way of using colors that kind of makes sense. Okay, I think we can go with this drum loop at first, for sure. So, first thing that we're going to do is to do a little bit of retriggering. So you just go inside the loop, you take parts and you chop them up like this. And then you use Alt and mouse drag to just duplicate those. So then you get elements like this. But we can also go here, cut that one like that, Alt mouse drop it over. So this is just like the retriggering game. You can play that game endlessly. Let's look a little bit more for drum and bass sounds, just to get something. The BPM is 175. So if you pull in samples, always remember the BPM. If you have that information, then you can just easily warp it like that. What I did is punch in the BPM, then press the warp button, and it will warp it accordingly. Turn that down a bit. We can keep that for later. Yeah, I'm feeling maybe
Selector.
well, we need that riser for sure. So we can put that in. Mute it for now. And bass sounds, yeah, it's... Bass, we can also do that on our own, of course. That is some gangster-ass bass. That bass is super gangster. And noisier. That is a cool bass, but definitely needs some editing. Let's see more basses. synth, and then bass. Let's just drop a bunch of them inside. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can make sense of this. Definitely, let's go for a 4-bar loop here. Let's see what happens if we mix those two up. So we have a little bass here. I did a couple of things there. Sometimes I have to just concentrate on what I'm doing, then I might be not talking so much. Sorry for that. But a couple of things that we did. I mean, at first, it is important for you to understand that creation is not a process that is painting by numbers. Which means that every time when you go on the journey, you don't know where it leads. You don't even know if it's fruitful or not. It could be just a little snippet that will sour on one of your hard drives for the rest of times. It shouldn't, hopefully, but that could very likely well be, and it's not worth less because of it. Creation is, giving yourself into the thing that you are doing and letting go to a certain degree and letting things happen. That's why my approach often is, as you could see maybe in the video too, if I'm working with samples, I don't think a lot about the use of samples. I also do not go through sample libraries endlessly and try to choose the right sample without listening to it in context, for example, or stuff like that. I immediately drop it in. It's you should get used to a process where you are adding a lot of stuff in because you know that you can remove it afterwards. This is the right process. The right process is just like to just put a bunch of toys on your plate and then start playing with them and see what is happening. At first, we don't even know which root node we are in, and we shouldn't. We could decide that very early on, but in a seeding phase, which this is, where you are just playing, creating seeds, you should, leave those thoughts as much in the background as possible and just play and enjoy the process of creation. I hope that you enjoyed this first free little episode of Let's Write DnB, and I will come out with a lot of new content. Sorry that I couldn't upload in the last months. That was because I was in India touring and there was a massive flood in the north, and therefore my headphones unfortunately disappeared. And what can I do? It's like I need to rearrange, but we are back under a new branding. Instinct Learning was a great project, but it is time to make place for the next evolutionary step of my things there, and therefore Audionerdz will launch really soon. This is also why I am uploading this video. Subscribe for more, comment if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to see more production like that. Also suggest a genre that you would like me to produce, and I will do it gladly. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Enjoy blasting, enjoy creating, and don't forget to have fun. I love you. See you next time.